Imagine Oracle Arena's roar distilled into a single heartbeat. Now imagine it hanging in the air, thick with tension, as the Warriors' future hangs in balance with a Jonathan Kuminga saga that's more than just whispers in the wind. Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Report, where raw truths collide with splash-era passion. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so your heart never misses a beat. Because today we're diving deep into what might be the most pivotal, drama-fueled story shaping the Dub Nation offseason. Word from NBA insider Chris Haynes dropped like a bombshell. Kuminga may not be chasing a huge payday right now, but rather playing the long game betting on himself by accepting the $7.9 million qualifying offer that keeps him tethered to the Warriors for one more year while setting the stage for unrestricted free agency in 2026. Picture this: a young, 22-year-old talent who has flashed OG Thompson's swagger and Draymond Green's grit, yet hasn't fully bloomed, choosing patience in an offseason where the salary cap's tightened faster than a defender on a Curry 3. This isn't the headline we expected, not the trade wines blowing for the next big splash in Dub Nation, but it makes brutal sense. Teams that once dreamed of throwing massive money at Kuminga, hoping to ignite their own rebuilds, are now locked down or spinning wheels. And the Warriors front office, ever the silent strategist, has been eerily quiet amidst the churn. Remember, last year when Kuminga aimed for $30 to $35 million, but found no takers? Fast forward to today, and that price tag feels like a fading echo as the NBA's financial chessboard shifts. Miles Turner shipped off elsewhere, Brook Lopez vanished, and the few available wings? They're not exactly championship caliber upgrades, and certainly not at the blockbuster prices fans crave. In Haynes' latest insight, delivered during NBA Today, the message was clear. Kuminga isn't settling for less than his worth. Fueled by a fierce confidence born not just from highlight dunks or his Kobe idolization, but from workouts Chris Haynes witnessed firsthand in Miami, where Kuminga's aura commands attention, promising a player not ready to be boxed in or undervalued. And yet, as we speak, that glowing potential clashes with stark reality. No big offer has triggered a bidding war or expedited his status. The Warriors, renowned for their dynastic resilience, hold the qualifying offer as both sword and shield. A one-year gamble worth $7.9 million that could either translate into a bargain deal locking in a versatile six-man or a prelude to Kuminga walking away into unrestricted freedom next summer, unleashed and untethered. What does this mean for team chemistry? How does it reshape our lineup dreams with Steph Curry still orchestrating, Draymond anchoring, and Moses Moody and Andrew Wiggins carving their arcs? Could Kuminga's return as a cost-effective role player mask a hidden ace up Steve Kerr's sleeve, or signal a stalling of a once promising storyline? Here's the twist amidst the silent drama. Questions loom larger than ever. Could Kuminga's strategic patience herald a silent revolution, eclipsing previous off-season drama and even the shadow of the KD era? Or is this the subtle fracture, hinting at deeper cracks beneath the splash? As Tim Kawakami and Marcus Wise remind us, the clock keeps ticking on Kuminga's untapped ceiling. The older he gets, the narrower the window to fully unleash that star potential. Yet his belief burns unwavering, a fiery duel against dwindling opportunity. Meanwhile, the NBA's free agency landscape has transformed into a minefield of maxed-out books and hesitant big splashes. And the Warriors' quiet so far sends ripples through the fan base. Where is the big move, the game changer to sit alongside Curry and Green? With Simmons and Turner gone, and stalwart veterans like Horford lingering without offers that fit championship pockets, expectations collide with cold, hard salary cap reality. Moreover, sneaky whispers circle. If Kuminga opts in on the qualifying offer, this could position him as the ultimate high upside, low-risk guard forward hybrid, a Swiss Army knife the Warriors desperately need for multiple lineup configurations. On the flip side, if he walks away, bidding farewell could mark the abrupt end of a rocky marriage. draining Dub Nation's hope for homegrown dominance and spilling assets into the merciless NBA winds. And what about Damian Lillard's Achilles? Injury saga? Could his unexpected availability flip the market again, forcing the Warriors to pivot from Kuminga bets to veteran minimum gambits? Lining up a recovering Lillard as Steph's backup in a shocking twist that feels ripped from a Hollywood screenplay? The money's tight. The Bucks waving Lillard might open a portal, but it's a gamble with layers of risk and reward so dense they could choke any front office for months. This offseason is a high-wire act balancing loyalty, value, and future. Upside: no easy answers here, just relentless questions about who will stay, who will shine, and who will snap under the weight of expectations. And amid all this swirling plot, the big question for Warriors faithful remains: can a young Kuminga cement his role on this team's roadmap, or will his star drift away in the free agency's maelstrom? We've seen playoff heartbreaks, watched the raucous rise of the Splash Brothers, and dreamed through the We Believe era. Dub Nation thrives on resilience and reinvention. But as of now, the front office's silence, the cap crunch, and the static free agency market suggest that Kuminga'S fate might be the linchpin for the next chapter. Is this pause a strategic calm before a seismic storm, or the quiet demise of our hopeful young stars Warriors' journey? As a lifelong Dub Nation believer, my pulse is racing just writing this, feeling every nuance, every possibility hanging in the balance. But is this the spark that reignites our dynasty, or the crack that fractures our legacy? Drop your unfiltered takes in the comments. I'll be right there, heart in hand. If your heart's pounding imagining a late-game Stalin Curry dagger with Kuminga rising in the wings, yell into the void right now. This story is about to take us to every edge Dub Nation thought we'd never see again. Now, here's where the saga gets as volatile as a Steph Curry clutch three off a Draymond Green pass. Jonathan Kuminga's choice to hold on to that qualifying offer isn't just off-season bookkeeping. It's a full-on power move wrapped in patience and potential. Peril. We're staring dead on at a crossroads where the Warriors could have themselves the ultimate high-upside Swiss Army knife on the bargain bin. Or they could be staring at a free agent exodus that turns Kuminga from a treasured prospect into a cautionary tale about lost time and wasted promise. And while the front office has been an enigma wrapped in a salary cap puzzle, Dub Nation's anxiety isn't just about dollars. It's about identity, chemistry, and the very spirit of the modern Warriors. What if Kuminga's steady presence morphs into a silent glue within the locker room, giving Steph the perfect balance of length, athleticism, and those flashes of star power that unlock lineups we haven't dared imagine since Clay's return set the internet ablaze last season? Cue the stats: Kuminga's 12 points per game last year on just 17 minutes per night tell us he's a spark waiting to erupt if Kerr's magic and system tweaks click in the right way. But here's the double-edged blade. What if this patience, this wariness from suitors across the league born from inconsistent shots and turnovers, actually signals stalled growth? Could Kuminga's gamble on himself backfire spectacularly, setting us up for another frustrating summer where we lost a chance to leverage him into a prime trade chip while the West grinds on at full throttle with Suns firing on all cylinders? Nuggets Nikola Jokic doing Jokic things, and a Lakers squad hungry under LeBron that still smells championship blood. And speaking of the West, let's talk pressure. The race is merciless. OKC's young core is blazing. The Mavs can't be ignored with Luka sanity bending the game, and every night feels like a battle for relevance. Meanwhile, deep within Warriors camp, whispers grow about chemistry. How does this renewable, still learning core mesh with a venerable Steph and Draymond duo who've been through dynasties, heartbreaks, and historic comebacks? We know the noise from the locker room has been more business as usual than fireworks, but if Kuminga's chilly silence speaks volumes, what's it saying about Damian Lillard's Achilles saga? If the Warriors front office pivots toward a recovered, yet still to be proven Lillard, does the Kuminga storyline fade, or does it become tension pulling at the threads of the team's identity? Imagine the possibilities. A Steph Lillard duo rekindling that old Warriors offensive blender, with Draymond bulldozing the defense, and Kuminga lurking as the Swiss Army knife who can defend multiple positions and slash to the basket like the young Kobe he idolizes. But flip the coin. What if bringing in Lillard derails the playbook, cramps Curry's spacing, and mutates Kerr's genius into a puzzle with too many pieces? And what about the emotional toll on the fans? Dub Nation is bruised but unbeaten years of playoff heartbreaks, ever-growing expectations, and that stomach-churning anxiety every time one of our young guns finds themselves at a crossroads. Could this drama around Kuminga be the gritty, painful precursor to a brilliant resurgence, or is it the harbinger of a slow fade from the dynastic heights we scaled just a few short seasons ago? From the thunderous echoes of We Believe to the near-mythical runs of the KD era, and the grueling wait for Clay's health to align with our dreams once again, Warriors fans know better than anyone, resilience isn't just a word. It's in our DNA, but the clock is relentless, and this chapter in the Kuminga'S saga might just define the legacy of Kerr's coaching tenure and Bob Myers' front office craft, or the unexpected beginning of a rebuild none of us wanted, but may have. To brace for if patience turns into lost opportunity. The numbers back the promise. Curry's 28 points per game at 36 years old. Wiggins balancing 18 points while defending the league's best. Moody's energy reminiscent of a young Iguodala, but Kuminga's uncertain role remains the wild card. No one knows how to read yet. Is this the quiet before a seismic storm Kerr unveils in July's free agency and trade frenzy? Is Kuminga the dark horse poised to break out alongside perhaps a surprise trade target, or a savvy veteran signing that could reset the entire West narrative? Or is this the calm that hides the slow unraveling of a friendship that's tested through years of ups and downs until one side says enough and walks away? The stakes couldn't be higher because we're not just talking about contracts and lineups. We're talking about the soul of Golden State basketball today and tomorrow. As someone who rode the roller coaster from Baron Davis' fearless war, crying 0-7 to the tears shed in Klay Thompson's painstaking comeback game, watching this team find new reasons to fight, I feel every twist, every unspoken decision ripple through my heart and mind. Steph's still the heartbeat, but heroes aren't born from comfort zones. They're forged in these moments of uncertainty where every choice echoes in eternity. This moment, this Kuminga pause might just be the prelude to the next Warriors Renaissance, or the quiet before the fall. Now it's your turn. Spill what you're feeling raw and loud in the comments down below. No holding back, no sugarcoating. I'll be there in the trenches with you, because this is more than basketball. It's the pulse of a dynasty hanging in the balance dot. So now, more than ever, I want to hear from you. Drop your rawest take in the comments. What's your move? If you're running the Warriors, ride out this wild bet or rebuild slow and steady? Which player is the lifeline? And how do you see this next chapter turning? No filters, no holds barred. I'm in there with you, feeling every pulse, ready to debate, celebrate, and mourn through whatever comes next. Let's set the tone with the same passion that carried us through every buzzer beater and epic run, because when Dub Nation speaks, the NBA listens.